Hello and welcome to this video. Today I thought I would do something a little bit different than normal, and I picked up these beautiful alicorns from the supermarket and I thought, why not repaint them? So as all doll or figure repaintings, I'm starting by basically dismantling it, or dismantling, I guess. So I'm just cutting off the hair and plugging it out of the body of the horse. I'm going in with air dry clay next and filling in these huge holes. I'm not going to do huge modifications to both of these alicorns, but I thought that these holes just needed to be fixed. So I'm just putting in air dry clay and shaping it so it fits inside of this perfectly. And because this air dry clay is a little bit soft even after hardening, I just put a thin layer of basically super glue on it, cause it hardens into a thin plastic layer so I can paint better on top of it. But before I can actually start painting, I still need to sand this because this has a glossy finish and really almost no paint will stick to this one before scratching it up a little bit and preparing the surface. Afterwards I just quickly went in with some of this deco spray, which is basically a spray version of gesso. And this was actually my first time using it. It came out a little bit thick, it didn't have the finest spray, but it definitely worked really well and the adhesion wasn't bad at all. So for the white horse, I basically decided that I wanted to keep this color scheme with the pink. I just wanted to make it a bit more subtle. So I used some pink inside of my airbrush and just gently go over the edges of the wings and the hooves. And sadly the horses were super light, so they fell over all the time, that's why I had to hold them. But it worked out fine in the end. For the white parts I'm not using pure white, I decided to mix in some teeny tiny drops of silver in the end just to basically make it shimmer a little bit. And after finishing the pink, I basically cover up all the parts with white again that I didn't want to have pink, and kind of blending in the gradients a little bit more between the wings and the body and stuff. And this I'm just doing with some really light passes with my airbrush. And I also sprayed the horn a pink color. Now the white one is basically finished, so I'm starting on the black one, and this one was the purple one originally, but I decided I wanted to have a dark black color. So I'm basically just going over it as a base black color. Most of the colors I'm using are Liquitex acrylic inks, and I actually found that I can even make kind of color shifting combinations, and for the color shifting combinations I'm doing right now, I'm using this purple, this blue and some silver, and it's very subtle but it definitely looks really beautiful. And with this one again I'm just doing the same thing as I did with the pink on the white horse, just basically going over the wings, blending it in and going over the horn and the hooves. And here you can kind of see the color shifting effect it has. After going over the horses with some matte varnish, I just have to paint in the eyes and add a mane and a tail. And with these eyes I'm staying really simple, just a white base with some colored eyes for both of them, which is basically tiny circuits. For the black one it was actually quite hard because the contrast was so high with the background color, but in the end I think I managed to make them even in a way, or even enough I should say. Now for the white mane I found some leftover artificial doll hair that I'm just basically gluing in. I added some glue on the sewn part and then just shoved it inside of the gaps. And for the tail I'm basically doing the same, just shoving in some of the hair parts. And for the black horse I'm actually using wig hair for extension wig things, and it is not as fine, but it definitely works. I just have to layer it a little bit more to get a more full mane, and it has a bit of a thicker base to it. And after giving the horses a curl and a trim, they are done. I think they look really beautiful. I definitely am happy with the results of the colors I chose and of their effects, and these will make some nice little display pieces. I know it was quite a simple project, but I just wanted to use my airbrush for one and just modify these, so I thought I would make a video about this. Maybe it will inspire you to pick up a toy that you think has a nice cast but doesn't really have the colors you wanted to, and just paint it. And this was actually quite an affordable project. Like, the acrylics weren't as expensive and the hair wefts were just cheap ones. The only thing that was expensive was the airbrush, but I guess you can just go in with acrylic paints and paint them by hand, although achieving gradients is way easier with an airbrush. So I hope you liked watching this video, maybe feel inspired to start your own project like this. Anyways, I hope you're having a great day. Bye!